Hello and welcome to another Project Diablo 2 video. I am Lemuel24 and today I'm bringing you 100 runs of the Maggot Lair. First and foremost though, I want to say that you are all amazing. The response to my last video has been completely overwhelming and I want to say thank you for the kind comments, the views, the likes and for everyone that hit subscribe. You are all incredible. Quickly, in the description, I'm going to link the loot filter and I'm also going to put a link to my run counter, just because loads of people were asking about that in the comments on the last video. Right, the Maggot Lair has always been one of the most hated areas in Diablo 2, and for good reason. The tight corridors and those annoying beetles can be an absolute nightmare. But levels 2 and 3 are level 85 areas, which means that boss packs can drop every item in the game. So this can be a refreshing alternative to the standard pits or ancient tunnels runs. In Project Diablo 2, the area has been slightly reworked, making the corridors a little bit wider, which significantly helps with farming the area. The way that I ran the runs is I skipped straight from the Oasis waypoint right to the Maggot Lair level 1. There was a couple of times when I killed boss packs along the way, but normally I'd just skip straight there. On the Maggot Lair level 1, I'd go hunting straight away for the level 2 hovel, killing any boss packs and opening any chests along the way. Levels 2 and 3, I would do nearly a full clear of the map, but specifically targeting boss packs and champion packs. There is a bunch of chests in the Maggot Lair. I'm not entirely sure how these work, whether they are similar to the super chests, say, in Lower Kurust, and I had a little bit of luck out of them, but nothing too GG. But they're definitely an interesting addition to running the Maggot Lair. The build that I used was the Meteor Sorceress, and I've got to say, it was awesome. Meteor's had a bit of a rework where the cooldown has been removed, and I loved it. So, in terms of the tree, there's my lightning skills. Static, telekinesis and teleport, nothing in cold, and then fire, obviously 20 into fire mastery, 20 into meteor, and then fireball, firewall. You need 100 points, 101 including warmth in the fire tree, so I'm still leveling Inferno. In terms of gear, I went full Tal Rasher, which is something that I managed to get in the last video, the 100 Stony Tombs, link at the top. I've got a 1 to skills lidless, 37 chance guards, some 32 MF boots, and a couple of Nagel rings. The only difference from the very beginning of this set of runs was this Nagel ring in particular. That was a 15 to MF rare ring at the beginning of the run, so spoiler for a potential drop in the video there. The other thing was this Geed's Fortune, which I didn't drop during the 100 runs, but I managed to get it in a trade, which was pretty nice. So what does that give me? All in all, 420 magic find, which is quite a nice amount, I would say. The FCR is pretty low. I've hit the 63 break point. I'm literally on 70 FCR, so I'm only just over that, nowhere near the 105. That is pretty low, and teleport can feel a little bit sluggish, but you know, it's not a million miles from the Far Oasis waypoint to finding the Maggot Lair, so that didn't really impact me too much. Right guys, that's the gear, that's the skill tree, that's the introduction ton. It's time to give the people what they want. Let's see some drops! I get off to a great start. As on run number 1, I find a rare set of gauntlets. I identify them and they turn out to be 2 to bow and crossbow, 20 IAS gloves with a little bit of enhanced defense, dexterity and mana. On run number 5, another drop from Coldworm. It's a silver edged axe which has to roll ethereal. It is the Ethereal Edge, a pretty cool item but not really that useful. The very next run and we get a pretty nice small charm. It comes out of one of the chests in the Maggot Lair level 2 and it's 100 poison damage over 5 seconds. Run number 9, and a champion pack of rockworms drop a Mortal de Feu, which rolls Ethereal. This is a really interesting item, and one for Project Diablo 2 specifically, because it's no longer indestructible and has the repairs 1 durability every 4 seconds. On run number 16, I got a Worldstone Shard out of a chest. This is the only single Worldstone Shard drop that I'll be showing, but I did get 5 others. Run 28 brings another nice unique drop. It's a Templar coat. A shame this didn't roll Ethereal, but it's the Guardian Angel, notable because of the maximum resistances. Run number 31 brings quite an interesting set of drops. First of all, we get a Pull Rune out of one of the chests in the Maggot Lair level 2, and there's also 2 small charms, both of which ended up pretty good. 18 to life and 15 to mana on the first one, and the second, 9 extra gold. Lovely. The very next run, we get another noteworthy drop. This maggot drops a unique mithril coil, which I pick up after that fail of a grand charm. The mithril coil is of course for Dungo's Hearty Chord. This rolled with 38 to vitality, which is pretty damn nice. Run number 34, and we get another tasty small charm. It comes out of the chest where the staff would be. 7% magic find. Beautiful. 3 runs later, and there's more goodness from the small charms. What have we got this time? 5% faster hit recovery, 5% fire res. It's not bad at all. What makes this pretty nice is a couple seconds later I go over here and there's a Worldstone Shard as well. Beautiful stuff. Cold Worm comes up with the goods again on run number 41, and this time it's a unique mesh armour. A real shame this didn't roll Ethereal, as it's one of my favourite mercenary armours. Shaft Stop. Look at that lovely physical damage taken reduction. A double drop on run number 51. First of all, it's the set War Belt, closely followed by a Worldstone Shard. I did corrupt the Ick Belt, but I don't actually have the footage of it. It rolled with 9 vitality. Not too bad. 4 runs later, and it's another set item. This time the Kraken Shell, which is Mavina's armour. Okay guys, I've got to admit to some technical difficulties. Between runs 57 and 80, I forgot to press the record button. Schoolboy error. But I'll fill you in on the drops that I got. Nothing too GG. A Nagel Ring 30, which is the one that you saw on my character at the beginning when I went over my gear. A Shadow Killer 3 to skills. A Talrasher's Belt with 12 magic find. A few Worldstone Shards, an Ethereal Colossus Vulge. 2 lots of Joriel's Shell. Trangul's Belt. Lane of Hand Gloves. A Summon Druid Skiller and a Martial Arts Skiller. My apologies for not actually seeing those drops, but thank God nothing really juicy dropped. Anyway, let's get back into it. Run number 81, and thankfully this one was recorded. It's a unique ring. What do we get? It's a Nagel Ring, pretty low roll of 24%, but still nice for that magic find. The very next run we get a nice polearm base. It's an Ethereal Giant Thresher. I did put this in the cube, but it was a fail with it only getting 1 socket. Damn. Run 84 brings another small charm. This comes out of this pretty packed room, I think from one of the Black Locusts. I eventually pick it up after chugging a couple of HP potions. And it's another 7 MF. Absolutely fantastic. 6 runs later, and there's one more small charm to show. What have we got this time? 19 to life, real close to perfect, and real nice to get. From small charms to grand charms. Out of the chest we get a grand charm and, oh baby, it's a skiller. 1 to masteries, 2 to max damage. 2 runs from the end, and it's a pretty interesting one. It starts off with another set Kraken Shell, which, just like earlier, is the Mavina's armour. I identify it, and then we move on, and literally seconds later, from a black locust, we get a set mithril coil. This is identified, and it is the Crendendum, part of the Disciple set. Not too bad, not amazing, but we get a third set item a couple minutes later. Set Heavy Bracers, which is Trangul's Gloves. Pretty nice because of the curses, FCR and poison skill damage. Well, that concludes the drop highlights from 100 Maggot Lair runs. Although there was no juicy GG drops, I was happy with the frequency of the low to mid end tradable items, and ultimately I really enjoyed the runs, which is the most important thing. I'd absolutely 100% recommend using Meteor and incorporating the Maggot Lair into your magic finding runs. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like. The next video is going to be either the drop highlights from 20 tier 1 maps or 100 runs of the Durance of Hate level 3, and trust me, both of those are going to be pretty juicy. I'm gathering the footage at the moment, and whichever one I finish first will be the next video. If there's anywhere that you would like to see me farm, please let me know in the comments and I will make it so. And hit that subscribe button to make sure you catch future content. But that's it for now. Cheers guys, goodbye.